Hello and welcome back to our Sydney Proactive studio. We're going over to our Perth studio in Western Australia now to talk to Errol Smart. He's the Managing Director and CEO of Orion Minerals. Welcome, Errol. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for having me again.
Lovely to see you. And we've got a great update today for your flagship Prieska copper zinc project in South Africa. You've been granted the mining right by the South African Department of Mineral Resources. What are the details and why is this such a milestone for the company, and what does it mean for the project's development?
Well, obviously this is just one of those monumental days in a small company's life. We bought this project 3 years ago. We've taken it through a very rapid resource drill out and BFS study process. We announced the BFS 2 months ago, and now being granted the mining right means that we can really progress the financing of the project and hopefully get under construction as soon as possible. And yeah, it really has been all the parts of the puzzle coming together all at once. And it's at the start of the Africa Down Under Mining Conference tomorrow in Perth. So it's good news for us.
Very timely, and congratulations on that result. And I know you've hit a few milestones in the lead up to this point. So yeah, it must be very rewarding for the company. So well done.
Yes, thanks. You know, taking a large project like this and a base metal project at just the right timing, we expect to come into production with copper and zinc concentrates coming into the market late 22. You know, that's just at the time that all the analysts are starting to predict that the supply side in the copper concentrate supply is really going to start biting. And we expect the base metal prices really to be on the rise from 22, 23 onwards. And that's just perfect timing for this project.
Couldn't have worked out better, really. You've also signed an MOU this week with Burncat for some contracting in your mining work. Can you tell us about that and what's involved?
Yeah, the mine that we intend building in South Africa is definitely not business as usual. This will be the first mine of its kind that we're aware of, certainly in South Africa. This is a very modern 4IR enabled mining operation. Very mechanized, very strong efficiency levels. And unlike most mines in South Africa that unfortunately get a bad rap because, you know, most mines in South Africa were built 2 or 3 decades ago and some of them a century ago. So they're not modern mechanized mines, the like of which you see in Australia every day. You know, I had the good fortune of visiting our partner Independence Group's mine at Nova yesterday, and just seeing how efficient and safe modern mining can be and proper mechanized mining. Now, we wanted to bring somebody that has got exactly those skills and somebody that's got the South African and African operating skills. And we found a natural partner there with Burncat, who are really skilled at doing this whole mentorship, skills transfer, empowering local operators in Africa. And they've done it at a number of their operations across Africa, and we believe that they can do it again in South Africa. And we've signed an agreement with them that is based very much on not them coming in to be the contract miner and bringing foreign workers in. They are coming in to bring a skill set and a knowledge of the machines and the current operating practices, and to transfer those to a South African operating team over the next 2 to 3 years as we develop this mine. And that's important for us. We want to have local South African operating skills, but we don't want the bad practices and the history and the lack of experience with this specific kind of mining to be transferred into our new modern mining operation. And that's why we brought Burncat along.
Sounds like a good strategic move there. So going back to the Prieska project, what are the immediate steps now? What are you hoping to kick off on the ground with this mining right now being granted?
Well, obviously, we're already in advanced discussion with a number of banks and financial institutions and equity investors and concentrate off-takers. So the next 3 to 4 months are going to be full of negotiations and contractual arrangements for the financing of this mine. We do have to raise about 400 million Australian dollars in debt and equity finance for this mine. Fortunately, the South African debt providers are very well positioned to do this. And because this mine is specifically located in a region of South Africa that's desperately in need of economic development, we're finding a lot of government support, local government support, national government support, and we see that a lot of this money is likely to come from South Africa, which is a bit unusual for mining operations in South Africa and foreign-owned mining operations. So we're very pleased with the progress with the financiers, and we'd like to get underway as soon as possible. The fact that we've got a mining right now also allows us to do some of the things that we couldn't do during our prospecting right. We can now actually go and drill and blast underground cuddies and put in new drill platforms and start drilling from underground. We can actually drill and blast out bulk samples to do bulk sample test work on SAG milling. So there's a whole lot of opportunities that having the mining right early allows us to do now that can bring about big optimizations.
Sounds very interesting. So good luck with that. And you've also got an announcement for the development for Orion to take controlling interest in a key regional exploration tenement package in South Africa still, and that's about 80 kilometres north of Prieska. What are the details here, and what does this now mean for the company?
Well, this is a project, our vision for the Ariaga belt in South Africa, where the Prieska project is and Masakwame lies, has always been that this is a completely underdeveloped and underexplored exploration opportunity in South Africa. We saw the geological potential there very early, and in 2016 we already picked up a prospecting or a right to earn into a prospecting right at Masakwame. We've done a lot of work. We drilled some holes, and last year we flew the first high-powered EM survey that's ever been flown over this ground, and we picked up very, very positive anomalies that are priority one for follow-up. Our earning arrangements, which we can earn in up to 73% of the project by completing a feasibility study on it, required that we take, at the point of going over controlling interest in terms of South African law, you have to have what's called a Section 3 approval, and that's a ministerial approval to change control in a mining right. We have now got that approval, and we can continue our spending because this is very important to us. It's about our organic growth going forward. We now have the mining right for Prieska. We've got the financing underway. It is a large cornerstone project, and the barrier to entry on all these satellite projects just becomes reduced. And that's why suddenly Masakwame becomes a step more important for us.
And what does this development mean for shareholders?
Well, it's just more to the bottom line. You know, we've got a bankable project with fantastic economics, and we've got a big growth potential and identified targets that can be rapidly drilled out and advanced up the value curve.
Fantastic update today, Errol. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to hearing how the projects unfold as you go along for the rest of the year and beyond.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's Errol Smart from Orion Minerals.